Hi, my beautiful Leos. Welcome to your May 2024 tarot reading, intuitive tarot reading. Let's add that in there. Um, this is for Leo, Sun, Moon, Rising. Those intuitively guided. You could certainly have placements in the sign of Leo, or you're in love with the Leo, platonically, romantically, whatever it may be. I welcome you. Everything that I've been reading for like your astrology and that, it feels like this is going to be really an exciting month for you. So I'm excited to get into your reading to see exactly why, but exciting. Ooh, what does that mean? Let's find out. And just so you know, when I do tarot readings, I am also reading through my spirit guides. And one of those guides are my son, who is a Leo, August 12th. And I do want to give a shout out to Diana, who channels my son often in Leo readings. So she's also a Leo. So shout out to you, Diana, and a thank you. Um, but yeah, so I read through my guides, and I feel like my son is my strongest guide. So I definitely welcome in your reading. All right, guys, let's get into your reading though. We're going to use four different decks. We're going to use the Gilded Tarot to clarify or go deeper after the initial reading. We're going to use Mother Mary for her words of wisdom, but for this month, I've been using her at the end of the reading, not using her, but allowing her words of wisdom to come out at the end of the reading, and it just feels like what it's called for this month. And I am going to continue, like I did in April, using two different decks for your main spread. I'm looking for synchronicities. What I'm finding with a lot of the readings is there's like communication going on between two, so to speak, but like, subconsciously. Um, yeah, so I'm just finding that I love bringing in two different perspectives is really what I feel. So we're going to use the Psychic Tarot, and we're going to use the Tarot of Dreams. But I think we'll start with the Psychic Tarot. So let's go ahead and give it a couple shuffles. Everything's always pre-shuffled, but I like to shuffle with you here. All right, let's give them a cut. Looks good. Let's bring the lid down. That looks pretty good, I think. And let's begin. Many of you know the story of the guitar that's over in the corner there. How that came to me, it was just amazing. Definitely sent by my son, but just the storyline of, and it's in one of your readings, not April's, probably the month before. Just the way it came to me is just truly divine. So, and it's a literal guitar, literally a guitar. Didn't come through the mail. So, anyways, hello, star. This is about your hopes, your dreams, your wishes, and this is about manifesting them. Bringing them into your reality. I feel in the stars energy. We're working hand in hand with divine to help manifest whatever is part of your dreams, whatever it is you're hoping for. I feel like this is definitely going to give us good news. At least I hope so. Also, card of Aquarius. Let's go ahead and put that out there. But it says hope. Hope. Keep that hope alive, Leo. Keep that hope alive. All right. Let's keep going. It's the number 17. Take that 7 plus that 1, there's an 8. And talk about something that's, infinite. Can be a new beginning within something. We have the waiting game. So, are you meant to wait or are you meant not to wait? Well, hello. We have emotional withdrawal, 8 of cups. We have hello, full, a new beginning. We have balance, which is justice, card of Libra. Libra and Aquarius are connected right here. Doesn't literally mean they have to be connected. Hello, prosperity begins. I kind of love this with the star card, the full card, and now the ace of pentacles. And I often feel, I feel like you might have been waiting. You may have been waiting for this opportunity, and I feel like there's an opportunity that's just about to show itself. And it's interesting because what comes before it is justice. And I can certainly talk about karmic situations, karmic relationship, learning the lesson and allowing it to be, like closing the door to that. Justice is really about making you whole again, what's fair and just in your life, in the world. Well, not much right now, but can certainly talk about cutting of ties. But I feel like if you cut ties, maybe you're meant to cut ties because literally, then the Ace of Pentacles shows up and it says prosperity begins. Prosperity begins, but I've been waiting. Or maybe I don't have to wait much longer. And then we have firm foundation. That makes sense because maybe this Ace of Pentacles really needs you to be grounded, to make the best of it. You know what I mean? I feel like the Ace of Pentacles, as most aces, are really seeds. Some are energy, but the Ace of Pentacles is its message is I'm coming into your physical world. This is something that's tangible. You can taste me, you can smell me, you can touch me, type of energy. Um, And again, I feel like, it may have been something I've been waiting for. For some of you, they're, part of finding emotional clarity, even if I don't understand everything. Sometimes I'm never going to understand everything until I cross over. And then it's going to be like, oh, I get it now. I kind of figured that, but now I know. So the stars, like, there's a dream that has the ability to manifest. The fool is the one who's going to take a leap of faith. I do feel like the waiting game. I feel like you have been waiting, but maybe you needed to. And I just mean that in maybe it just wasn't the right time for something. Some of you may have cut ties with someone emotionally. And listen, maybe this period is really calling for you to focus more on your personal dreams, like what it is you want to do in the world. I feel like this ace is really kind of like a reward. Like because I feel like I'm getting stronger and stronger within my own foundation. It means I'm becoming grounded. And I also feel like I'm not going to sweat all this, I'm not going to sweat the small stuff. And I feel like potentially for some, not everyone, I'm sure, but for some, this ace may be coming to you like after the fact. And I mean after the fact because I feel like this ace is meant for you and not anyone else. Now, I'm not going to say it's not, but potentially love. But what I mean is Like, I feel like your guides want to make sure that you receive that ace, and then you do with it whatever you want. But I almost feel like, I don't want anybody else's hands on it. It belongs to you. All right. Let's try to get one more of, it's been called the Psychic Tarot. It is a Psychic Tarot. Um, that was weird. And then I do want to bring the Tarot Dreams in. So, under the Fool, which says new beginnings here, which is again mirroring your hopes, your dreams, your wishes. We have intuition. I feel like it's saying that you do want to trust your intuition because maybe you do have to take a leap of faith. And what's coming out with it is conflict and defeat. Now, I don't feel like this is what's happening because this is a five. So change, right? Change. But maybe that's part of that waiting game. Like it's helping you to get past the conflicts. If you're feeling defeated, I feel like this Ace of Pentacles is coming, like I'm coming in to save the day. But definitely trust your intuition because you are the one who's going to have to take a leap of faith. Now, I feel like there's every reason why you would want to. The only reason why maybe I wouldn't want to is because I'm not trusting my intuition. All right, let's bring in the Tarot Dreams. Let me move this up. Give ourselves a little bit more room. Oh, let me give it a shuffle real quick. Look at that, Justice kind of popped out again. So for some of you, double Leo or double Libra could also be mirroring each other. It could be two people who are going through a similar situation, potentially cutting ties, can be with a person. Whatever it is, I just feel like it's not going to have an effect on my present or my future. And that's why I'm cutting those ties because I don't want it to have an effect on my potential. All right. Hello, Fool again. Now, this is exactly why I use two decks now. Now we have two Fools. Could it be? Could it be talking about two people who potentially may be meeting along this next journey? Definitely feels that way. Interesting how both the Fools are sharing the star. And the Ace of Pentacles would definitely represent again something is coming into your physical world. Interesting. Well, let's keep going. We have the King of Cups, Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. Doesn't have to be. But I want to see what comes next to him, and then we'll go back and talk about it. Okay, we got a lot, but they're all face up, so I feel like I have to take them. Look at this, another Ace of Pentacles. Two Fools, two Aces of Pentacles. The Sun, your major arcana. If you have any doubt that this new beginning, and again, does it mean like in all areas of your life? Probably not, but probably a pretty major part of your life. You know what I mean? And again, the ace is coming in. It's really up to us what we're going to do. If this is two people, like, if we nurture this ace, it's just going to grow and grow and grow. If we ignore it, then it's just going to dry up and die. But the sun is like giving that seed, that nurturing, that sunlight. Also coming underneath your intuition, it feels like all will be clear. Like there's like the only thing I have to fear here is fear itself. And I mean that as in, you know, I don't really see you putting any blocks in front of yourself here. I really don't. I think the main energy is, it's like you've been like there's some type of wish that you really wanted to bring into your world. And I feel like when now, and these aces of pentacles will say, okay, well here we are. For some reason you did have to wait. But listen, maybe it's because there was an opportunity to really clear that emotional house. And that's always a good thing. And what I mean by that, it is, listen, sometimes I need to forgive. Sometimes I need to forgive myself. Um, Sometimes I just need to understand myself within emotional situations. Do I react? And how do I react? Because really, I feel like if I am willing to like look at, the cups that have fallen over, some of those are just free will. Like not everything needs to be like examined 100%, but there are a few cups. And really what you're doing is kind of setting yourself free from past limitations. All right, let's keep going. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. We have two kings out. Well, hello, Palace of Pentacles. Oh my God, under the Ace of Pentacles. With the Ace of Pentacles also right here. I mean, you want to talk about the House of Abundance. This is like, I can't believe I'm in this house. I can't believe that this ace can actually turn into the palace. But here it is. Queen of Swords. We have the King of Swords right here. And I also want to say, in a reading like this, in most of my readings, and I know some of you are getting tired of me of saying this because I say it all the time, but, I look at the sign, but then I forget about the sign and I think of their energy. So we have like minded energy right here, and they're sharing the Palace of Cups. I'm sorry, the Palace of Pentacles. First of all, this could be great collaboration, like the right party enters my life at the right time. Could be beautiful collaboration. And I also find it interesting that I feel like the king is getting an ace of pentacles and queen is getting the ace of pentacles. Now, let's say this is a same-sex relationship, then it'd be the king and the king or the queen and the queen. But it's showing as a queen and king. So, and let's just take one more under the sun. Well, hello. So now we have the counterpart to the king of cups. And now we have the queen of cups. Some of you that could certainly talk about a relationship. And I kind of love that as we move down to the lower part of the reading, it is like-minded energy, right? The queen to the king, the queen to the king, and all of them are sharing the ace of pentacles. All of them are sharing the fool's energy. All of them are sharing the sun. And by the way, the sun to me, it just feels like playful, light-hearted type of energy. Your intuition is really being ignited. So if you have any worries about these aces when they show, because they will show, trust your intuition. Because I do feel like you do have to take a leap of faith, and potentially so does somebody else. All right, let's see what's on the bottom of the deck. Well, hello, Judgment. This is Truth, called Truth in this deck. Um, but this is your spiritual team, and your spiritual team is calling you to the present moment. So I feel like whatever we're talking about, whatever these aces are, they're not that far away. And that's probably why the waiting game came out. You know, it's a two. I feel like it's not far away. This talks about a rebirth and whether I'm going to allow it. Your spiritual team wants you to allow it, you know, and to me that means it can only be good. Look at that. Strength card, which is you again, under judgment. If you first of all, I feel like there's my son, and I feel like he's definitely showing himself in our reading. This is really about, you know, I feel like what this talks about is when we look at ourselves, we look at our own inner demons, which we all have. You know, we're made of light and dark. And we've got to know that, right? And we got to find balance within that. And when that person does, it's really courage, power. You know, this person's half man, half lion, king of the jungle, right? But now he's king of the jungle. So, you know, I feel like it's courage for your next steps. And then judgment's like, which is soon, very soon. All right, let's see what's on the bottom of the Tarot of Dreams. We have the Page of Wands. You know, who I call my risk taker. This is someone to me that follows their desires. And I feel, you know, as a page, I've probably fallen a few times, but this is someone who gets back up. This is like your inner child energy. You know, I don't see you quitting just because something didn't work in your favor. I feel like you'll find a way. Like, okay, maybe it didn't work because of that, so let me try it this way. I definitely feel like this energy is calling for that risk taker within you to come out with the Three of Swords underneath that. Interesting. You know, and that's what happens to the page every once in a while because I feel like the page of wands would be like the person who would say it's better to have loved and lost than to never have loved at all. All right, we got a lot of cards out. Um, you know, let's just think about this for a second because your very first card is the Star card, and that is again about your dreams. And then it's mirrored by the Fool. So it's not just about your dreams, but it is about manifesting those dreams. Now, I also want to say, because your spiritual team is here, sometimes give up control of exactly how something must look and trust that divine, because divine's hands in this, that it will only show probably better than I even expect. You know, sometimes I don't know something can be so good until I experience it. And sometimes I can't really experience joy unless I've also understood heartache, right? Because if everything is always happy go lucky, everything works out, this, that, good, you know, good. But that's not usually the case. All right, let's start at the beginning, but we are going to read it as a whole. Um, you know, it's funny, Leo. I feel like your last two readings I did live. And I was going to go live today, but I have limited time. But let's start at the star, the waiting game, emotional withdrawal, which is an 8, and then the full, a new beginning. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Hello, Ten of Cups. So this is what you're waiting for. The House of Harmony. Interesting, the Two of Swords. So there's a block. There's a block. Now, let's stop for 1 second. Because first of all, if I look down this line where you have the Ten of Cups, but I'm waiting for that, right? But maybe I am waiting for the right person. Maybe I've had, you know, those people where like I always had to build them up, or not that there's anything wrong with that, but um, someone who just couldn't be, I don't know what the word I'm looking for. Anyways, though, I feel like this is talking about divine timing, but in a way, I can see why maybe I was waiting, and I feel like it has to do with the emotional house because this feels like it has to do with the emotional house. So why not have a fresh, clean space for it to occupy? I feel like the Ten of Cups is so possible. Not only possible, but it does move into the Palace of Pentacles. So some of you could certainly speak about love. But then I also get this feeling of, yes, love, but I also, like I want someone that I can spend my life with. But I do feel like it's important that this person be grounded, that this person have their own money. It's funny because I feel like those are the words I need to say. Like, I want you to have your own money. I want you to have your own stability. I don't want someone to come in where it's me taking care of them. Not that you have any problem taking care of someone, but I don't feel like financially. Like I feel like I've moved beyond that. I also love this energy for those who are working from home. Like really trust in your abilities because I feel like this ace, right? The Ace of Pentacles is showing that it go the whole way to the palace. And to me, the palace, I didn't read the book with these cards and I never do. I'd rather my intuition tell me, but I feel like the palace is like that energy of like, could I actually reach that? Is it actually possible? And I feel like the answer is yes. And what else I love is what's mirroring it is the house of harmony. So the house of love, but also the house of abundance. Like, hello, excitement. And I also feel for a few of you, your spiritual team is saying, take a chance, take a chance on what wants to come in. Don't let the fears of yesteryear stop you from experiencing your beautiful todays and your beautiful tomorrows, especially if you really can clear that past energy and then trust in divine energy, right? That's what the Fool does. And I love intuition right below the Fool. That's the High Priestess. And I feel like I know the High Priestess is one of the Fool's mentors. And what the High Priestess teaches the Fool is I am your GPS in this lifetime. I was given to you as a gift to help guide you. If you have doubts, that's where you go. That's what you trust beyond all, especially with your spiritual team right here. Do I feel like they're going to help guide you? I absolutely do. And for some of you, I feel like they're guiding too. All right. Um, and then the Queen of Pentacles can be a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. All right. We have the Five of Wands coming over the Fool. Look at this. We have the Ace of Wands now over Balance. We have the Hermit, card of Virgo, over the Ace of Pentacles. Wow. We do have the Tower, but it's coming over our firm foundation and below emotional withdrawal. So that definitely tells me, first of all, I love that the Hermit. I feel like if any of you have like spiritual based businesses and you do it from home, wow, I feel like the money is off the chart, or the ability to create like a truly abundant business for yourself. I feel like it's here. I feel like you already have that wisdom. And I feel like if I've been wondering like what was my purpose, what have I been doing? You've been learning. You've been learning. You've been gaining wisdom. You've been gaining courage. And now it's like you're bringing it to the world. I often feel like the Queen of Pentacles is like that psychic detective. And then you add the Hermit into that mix. Well, could be a spiritual leader. And the Hermit's illuminating this tower, but also the Two of Swords. So this Two of Swords is because of a previous tower. The Hermit's like, you don't have to fear that. You now have the wisdom to really avoid these towers. Or let's say I can't avoid a tower. We have the wisdom to get through it, to understand it. It doesn't become destruction, right? It could be disruption, but not destruction. Like, I've been there, I've done that. I can see it. I'll know it. And some of you, you're helping others to avoid future towers. And how are you able to do that? Because of your own experiences. When I started reading tarot, which was a long time ago, or let's just say when I started reading tarot on YouTube, because I was reading tarot way before that. Um, I used to wrestle with whether I should give my personal experiences or not. Do I talk about myself or do I not? But what I've learned is it is my experiences, just like I feel like with you, like the things that I've been through and have overcome. I feel like helps me help others. I also feel like, maybe what held me back for a little bit of time feels like it does kind of feel karmic. So maybe there was a karmic lesson to learn. You have the Five of Wands over the Fool, and the Five of Wands is really a drama-filled type energy. It's a type of energy where people don't back down. Literally, if I'm looking for someone to apologize, good luck. I don't think you'll find it, but maybe you don't need it. Maybe you just think you need it. And I feel like, because it's a five, change and then coming over the Fool, I feel like I've had enough of that. Like, that's not how I want to live anymore. All right, well, let's keep going. And by the way, let's not forget about the Ace of Wands, inspired action. Inspired. By who? Your spiritual team. They are guiding you. And the direction, or let's say the breadcrumbs, I feel like they will be illuminated. Like, I feel like it's going to be very hard. Like, if I don't follow my guidance, then I know I'm not following my guidance because I feel like it's going to be so clear that if I choose not to follow, well, then that was my choice. That's free will. And you have that right. But these are about new beginnings. Look at this, the high priestess right over the high priestess. Could certainly talk about two people trusting their intuition. And I say that because we have two aces of pentacles. And now we have two high priestesses. We have the moon, card of Pisces, ruler of Cancer. The moon can certainly be uncertainty. I can only see as far as the moonlight allows me to see. However, you do have the sun here, and that's complete illumination. So I feel like the moon would be more of like a dreamy type energy, especially because it's coming under the star and the Ace of Wands. And listen, it could certainly say, you know, like if I want to know how far this energy can go, it would tell you it's uncertain because it really depends on you. It depends on whether people listen to their intuition, follow the guidance, and if they do, then I feel like this turns into very dreamy type energy. And maybe that's all I need to know. Again, coming over the full, we have the Four of Swords healing. Remember how we saw that Three of Swords? Well, that was yesterday. This is today. So, healing of the body, the mind, the soul. And then the one sword we rely upon, that's of our own making. That's our own understanding. It's understanding, like, do we react when people act a certain way where really we should just walk away? It's just knowing oneself without judgment, but truly knowing oneself. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. Well, who better to give the Ace of Pentacles to than someone in the Six of Pentacles who's a very compassionate and empathetic soul? This is someone who does care about their fellow man, and it is about equal, because I feel in this energy, like what I give comes back to me tenfold. And I'm not giving so that it comes back to me. I'm giving from my heart, but that's just karma, right? It's just going to come back to you in different ways. I feel like you deserve these aces. You deserve them. You could have certainly been in a relationship where there was not a fair amount of give and take. And maybe no matter what I did, it just never turned out fair for me anyway. So maybe the only choice I really had was to leave it, whatever that may be. And I feel like that helps balance you because we saw balance twice. So part of this is about finding your balance. And then, I feel like when we live a balanced life, man, that's when we start to really see all these blessings in that. Why? Because over here with the Two of Swords, kind of blocking a blessing or blocking spiritual's guidance. Maybe I'm not ready yet, but I do feel like that's temporary because then right away we have the Fool. Okay, let's keep going. This seems to be covering everything for you, like your financial situation. And again, I feel like spiritual based businesses, and again, that can mean many, many different things. It just means I lead with my spirituality. I lead with my wisdom. It almost feels like you have become the healer. Hello, Nine of Cups. Well, so the Nine of Cups talks about fulfillment of wishes, and it's coming over the sun. And here is your wish, and here is your fulfillment of it. I often feel in the Nine of Cups, it's really when I am really starting to enjoy my life again. It's when I am not sweating the small stuff. And I feel like part of this energy was so you could feel like really independent within yourself. And I do feel like that's important for Leo. Like, I feel like if you feel like your foundation is rocky, it feels like your life feels rocky. But when your foundation is firm, it feels like your life is, firm or fair. We have the Eight of Pentacles. And then, interesting, we have the Eight of Cups, 88. So, Eight of Pentacles. Anybody question, can I be successful on maybe a new idea I have, a new business I have? The answer is if you're willing to put your focus on it, then it is yes. And by the way, it's coming over the Palace of Pentacles. So can I be successful? Probably more than you even know. And then what comes next to it, the Eight of Cups. Some of you, it's like, I see someone like writing a love story, like you're writing about a love story or you're talking about a love story. But I feel like really what this means is that because you now have an emotional clarity, because this person is heading to the Nine of Cups. Well, there is the Nine of Cups. And it means that my past emotional experiences don't get to affect my present day and my future. This is where I'm really looking at life through an optimistic lens. And again, if I have any question, will anything work that's part of this dream system? Because we do have the Ten of Cups. We have two Aces of Pentacles, two Fools, the Palace of Pentacles. I mean, holy cow. Whatever you want to grow in your life, be willing to focus on it. And that's how you can better guarantee yourself. I have a feeling someone was also born in 1988. All of a sudden, I'm just getting that energy of like, I was born in 1988. Okay. Well, do I want to come back and look at anything? I feel like it's so clear. So I think what I'm going to do is go right down the middle. And, though I do want to know a little bit more about why there are two aces of pentacles and why there are two high priestesses, and why there are two fools. I'd like to know a little bit more about that. So I'm going to put that out into the universe and then whatever else wants to come out. Because I do feel like I have couples who are synchronized, so to speak, or becoming synchronized. So, with that question and anything else, we have the death card, transformation. So, transformation wants to happen. Death card does speak about the closing of doors, old doors. Doors that just, I don't need anything back there. So I'm going to shut that door. Now, it doesn't always mean that it can't be like, if this is love for some, that it can't be a love that, can come back together because we do have healing. So that could be a potential for sure. But I feel like whatever it may be, it's just saying, close the door to the things that no longer serve you. Allow transformation and then be amazed by what happens. Um, I don't know if I said also a card of Scorpio. But it really is about transformation. And that makes sense with two fools here, right? That's definitely transformation. All right, tell us more. Tell us more. All right, we had a card go off the table. Ooh, more than one card. Eight of Swords. I was really hoping not to see that. The Knight of Swords. The Queen of Wands. Hello, lovers. And then the Page of Wands is back. Again, my risk taker. This is someone who would say yes. Even if I had a little fear, I'm not going to let that fear stop me. Sitting right next to the lovers. So we do know that this is talking about for some. And I feel like, and that's really I wanted to see, like the synchronicities, like, the two foals, the two aces. It's like two being offered an opportunity. Well, that would make sense with the lovers here. Now, the meaning of the card is a head over heart decision. And we may have to take that into consideration because what sits right above it is that Eight of Swords. And maybe what the fear is in the Eight of Swords is the transformation. You know, change is difficult, even if it's great change. And it does feel like great change, by the way. And then you have that Knight of Cups, I'm sorry, that Knight of Swords, who's coming in. He's coming into the reading. To me, that means some type of communication is going to reach you. I also love that you have the Page of Wands and then the Queen of Wands. Younger energy, current energy. Younger energy, current energy. So some of you know who this person is. Now, with the lovers representing it, it can certainly be of past lives also. And I've been picking that up a lot in the readings. Now, could also mean this lifetime too, but what I mean is you may have quite a few lifetimes together. To me, that would tie into the soulmate slash twin flame energy. So I feel like my question is answered. Is this also about love? And I feel like the answer is yes. We got the lovers. Card of Gemini too, also, by the way. And it's interesting, I just picked up, I know that that Gemini is ruled by Mercury. And I know Mercury is in retrograde for quite a while. And that could certainly signify like where talks and conversation, didn't go so well type of energy. But that was then. The Eight of Swords is a self-created prison, and the only one who can uncreate it is you. But I feel like with the Hermit's beacon of light, like illuminating that, you can, like, yeah, I feel like it's a sense of freedom. You set yourself free. For what? To start experiencing all the things that you have yet to experience. Even if some of them you've experienced before, not in this way. Because if anybody comes back and you had a tower moment and we don't reflect upon how that tower happened and how we can protect ourselves so it doesn't happen again, then I feel like it will happen again. So what I'm saying is I feel like if it's energy of yesteryear, but the vibration hasn't lifted, that's where you can run into repeat patterns. But sometimes, because I do feel younger and current energy, let's just take one right in the middle. Queen of Swords again. I feel like that just says speak your truth. Just speak your truth. She's got beautiful white doves around her. So I feel like her truth is a loving truth. Speak about, like, let's say someone comes in, or, you cross paths and you are interested. I feel like it's just, first of all, I feel like you definitely need truth. Like if someone comes in and they speak untruths, well, I don't feel like you'd stick around long. So I feel like that is important. But I feel like that's exactly what's happening. So there are some head over heart decisions here. And I feel like if the energy of yesteryear was cleared, then I have a lot of excitement to look forward to. If it wasn't cleared, then it could be confusing. Doesn't mean it can't still be cleared. Doesn't mean that we can't talk it out. But listen, I don't feel like this is just talking about love. It is a big part of it. But so is what you do in the world. Because literally, it's like you can take this Ace of Pentacles and you can turn it into the palace. And to me, that just represents, energy that I didn't even think, like, I didn't believe that I had the ability to do, but then you do. But listen, I feel like a lot of that is coming from your wisdom of the experiences that you've already had, and not just in this lifetime. That's why your intuition is also so important. My hope is that wherever this leads you, that you just pay attention to your intuition and you allow your guides to help you along this path. Because I feel like nirvana, like like heaven on earth type of energy. But listen, I'm not saying that this all came easy. No, that's just life though. It's just life. Like we have to learn to clean out that closet so that we can metaphorically tell the universe that we have room for new. We're open to new. And that's exactly what they do. Okay, let's take Mother Mary over this. It's interesting because I just get this feeling, Leo, that your life may look very different in the near future. Definitely going to take that. And before I look at it, let's see if anything else. Okay. Anything else wanted to come out? Well, hello, present moment. Present moment. You are being called to the present moment over and over again. I am fully present in the here and now. Why? Because that's how you recognize these aces. That's how you can feel energy coming towards you. Because I do feel like many times we can feel it before it actually shows. We have truth. Look at that. Truth. Truth. I am lovingly honest with myself and others. And I feel like that's kind of what the Queen of Swords is saying. I'm lovingly honest with myself and others, but lovingly honest. We have, hello, God. I step out of the way and surrender any need for control in order to make room for God's healing love to flow through me and this situation. God. So, I mean, the highest energy available. And then look at this, Jesus. I pray for Jesus's help and guidance with this situation. And that's how I was taught you pray. Like in Jesus's name, I pray. So spiritual, quite beautiful. And I feel like the days of, let's just say, longing, or the days of, I want to say hardships, feel like they're coming to an end. It doesn't promise you that there won't be any obstacles in your way, but what it tells me is that you can get through those obstacles. Like they don't become blocks. It's like I can see it. Okay, I recognize that. And boom, I can get through it. And what I cannot control, hand it over to God. All right, I'm going to let that be. Wow, Leo, what a reading. But I would expect nothing less with you guys. And for some reason, Leo, I feel like you're the sign that can take that Ace of Pentacles and you can create true magic out of it. Just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. And I'm telling you, I know that you can create and listen, with divine's help, the most beautiful life. So let's get creating. Remember, it is your current energy, your intentions right now that's predicting your future. It's the seeds that you plant right now that will determine what my harvest will be in the fall. And if I'm too afraid to plant seeds, dang it, then chances are I won't have that harvest in the fall. But if I am bold enough now to start planting those seeds, well, they're going to show and they're going to grow. And I feel like you can follow them the whole way home. All right, I'm going to let that be. I love you guys. Thank you so much. Really, you're one of my favorite signs to read for. Shh, between you and me. Um, but I just thank you. My prayer is, well, definitely that these aces enter your life and that you allow them, that you take on that fool's energy and you take leaps of faith. And I have a feeling it's more than one leap. I just have a feeling. I have a feeling you're taking a leap in your money, but I also have a feeling you're taking a leap in love. Dare you? I would. All right. I love you guys. I'll see you next time at our table. Bye bye.